Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our 2 days program of NJO LEO of the 5th of November 2018. My name is Odon Bulamba and I'm going to present this program to you for the next few minutes. Therefore, I will invite you to be with me during this program. So I'll ask you to be there. I'll ask you to share with me your time, to spend some time with me so that you can get the news from the Congo. You can be updated with what has been taking place in the Congo for the past maybe 24 or 48 hours. Without taking long, let us go straight away to our headlines. In Nord-Kivu, 5 dead and 6 wounded in armed raids in Sake. We go straight ahead to Ituri, precisely in Muganga, in the territory of Jugu, where clashes between the Congolese armed forces and a group of gunmen in Muganga killed 11 people. And finally, the electoral platform of which Joseph Kabila is a moral authority, the Common Front for the Congo, published on Saturday, 3rd of November, the campaign team for their presidential candidate Emmanuel Ramazani. So these are the points that we are going to develop, and I will ask you to be with us for the next few minutes so that we can talk and share and exchange from this time. Let us go straight away now to our details. In the evening of Saturday, 3rd of November 2018, in the city of Sake, located in the territory of Masisi, in Nord-Kivu, 5 people were shot dead in an incursion by armed bandits. Among the victims was a Congolese armed forces soldier who was guarding Trouvant, which is a company around the area. 6 other people were shot and wounded. The wounded were sent to the Sebeka or CEBCA Ndosho Hospital in Goma. Straight away we go to Ituri in clashes on Saturday, November 3rd, between the Congolese armed and a group of armed men in Muganga, Jugu, territory of Ituri. 11 people were killed and 9 others were injured. Armed with arrows and rifles, these unidentified armed men attacked the Congolese armed camp at Muganga in the Sumbuso cluster in chiefdom of North Bahema. Survivors who have taken refuge in this Muguga and Buero fishing camp in Mokambo chiefdom, advanced said that the death toll was of 11 people, including 3 soldiers, and 9 were wounded. The wounded are now admitted to Angumu Hospital for treatment. So it has been asked for the Congolese government, although it's an illegal government, to take care of this problem seriously and give the Congolese army substantial means to track down these armed men. The electoral platform of which Joseph Kabila is the moral authority, the FCC or the Common Front for Congo, published on Saturday, 3rd of November, the campaign team for their presidential candidate, Emmanuel Shadari. The campaign team is coordinated and managed by Emmanuel Ramazani himself. This campaign team is made up of 48 cells, each of which has 15 members, led by a coordinator. In total, they make 720 members, and those 720 will take care of all branches or sectors. This election platform stand out for, I should say the FCC. The FCC election platform, stands out from others. Why do I say that? Because, first of all, the FCC was created within a meeting, in one of the meetings of the Executive Council, meaning the ministers, in one of the meeting of the government ministers, and it was installed, or its installation, its establishment was made by an official, publicly, an official of the government came out and talked about it. It was published by it. So the name of the applicant, or the name of the candidate or competitor for the FCC, Shadar has also been disclosed by the Minister of Communication. It was live on national television. So what frightens the population of Congo and the opposition is a confusion that continue to reign in the campaigning team, this campaigning team of FCC. In that campaigning team, we will find the presence of the states, we will find big institutions are composant or a part of this group, and also we'll find some people from the Beni are also involved in this FCC, or in this campaigning group that they have made for Ramazani Shadari. In this campaign team, there are ministers, state ministers, and some keep the same ministries or portfolios. In particular, Henry Mova is a Minister of Interior, and he continues to play the same role within the campaign. Didier Etumba, Sheo Kitundu, José Makila, Lambert Mende, André Alain Tundu, and so on. But among the other personality, apart from this one who was a minister for the illegal government of Kabila, we have got also other personalities. We found opponents, the members of the oppositions. We found also some people who are members of parties which came together to build up as a presidential majority. And among those that we call the opposition, we have the true people of the opposition who are like, big names. And some of them even appear to be among the 7 top large political parties in the Congo of the opposition, but also they still work with Kabila, they still work with FCC behind the scenes, behind the curtains. They are also members of, some of them are members of the FCC. We have got also the other people that we call the independents. Some of them are members of the FCC. We have got another group of those who were members of the opposition one time, but they have decided later on to give to Kabila the power to be their boss, their master. They are also in the FCC. So among those people, I won't name all of them, just a few of them. Those who are the members of the opposition and those who are also members of the presidential majority. We found someone like Evariste Boshab. He was given the charge to write the joint program for the government. Raphael Katebe Katoto, who is the brother of Moise Katumbi. And people have been wondering, how comes that Katebe Katoto, the brother of Katumbi, has been working so good with Kabila while his brother, his young, unique brother, is in trouble with Kabila. But this guy was given a charge or a task to look or to manage all the businessmen around the country. And those businessmen are not only Congolese, some of them are foreigners. And those expatriates have been there for some business. They are not just coming to sell bread or whatever, but some of them, they are doing political businesses. It's not only the business that we know, of goods, but also they are doing businesses of services, including political services. We found this priest, José Mpundu. José Mpundu is a priest who was one time a good opponent, a good member of the opposition. He was against Kabila, but surprisingly, he has changed his sides. He has moved from the opposition and now he works for Kabila. José Mpundu now is in charge of relations with the religious denominations. Meaning that whatever will happen around churches, around mosques, around maybe any religious entity, José Mpundu will be the one who will deal with it. And we know that the politics is not limited in the parliamentary house or in the low house or high house, but it goes up to churches. Politics actually visit mosques. Politics actually visit any group of religious people because they know that those leaders can also influence a number of voters. They can also influence the system and things can change. Therefore, I'm inviting myself to tell people of the churches, people of any type of religious movement to the Congo, from the Congo, to be careful to open their minds, their brains, their heart in order to save the Congo. Otherwise, José Mpundu will come with a few banknotes. He will bribe people, pastors, priests, and so on, and those may find themselves in a risk to support FCC, to support this government of the Congo, which does not want to leave the power, and that will lead our country into a disastrous situation. Why am I calling it a disaster? Because I will tell you a little bit more about FCC when I will do the comments. Apart from José Mpundu, so Janet Kabila, the sister of Kabila, her twin sister who was born, I don't know, in Kalemi, while Kabila himself, Joseph, was born in Lubumbashi or somewhere there in Kamina. We came to find that Janet Kabila will be in charge of finance and logistics, meaning that whatever Katoto Katebe will collect, all the funds that they may get, that fund will be surrendered in the hand of Janet Kabila. And I've been wondering why Kabila and his family could not use some of their money, because they have looted seriously the country. And Bloomberg have published that they have got money from 80 plus societies or companies which do the mineral activities. Why can't they use some of their millions or billions of dollars to support this activity? But they prefer instead to collect money from a businessman. What will the businessman gain or get in return after giving their money to this movement, to this FCC, in order to do the propaganda or the campaign for Shadari? We see that the businessmen normally, they don't only do the business of good, but they also participate in politics. And therefore, I will talk about that a little bit later. What is the role of businessmen in politics in any country, regardless of what country it is? So we move forward and we see also Zoe Kabila, who is in charge of the youth. And for Zoe Kabila to be in charge of the youth, what does that mean? Young persons we saw just recently at a stadium, Tata Rafael Stadium in Kinshasa, where they were giving 2,000 Congolese francs, around $1.50, to all those who came to participate to that demonstration, that meeting of Shadari. And many people went there. They were even, chanting, "We are here for money. We are here to say no to the voting machine. We'll take the money, but we won't vote." But I would like just to warn our youth, our youngsters, to be careful, because that time they were given 1.5, 1,500, I would say, 1,500 Congolese francs. This time it can be 10 or 15,000. And they may also give to you a condition: you vote first, after voting, then collect your money. And many young people risk to find themselves in a trap. Therefore, we are warning the young persons to be careful, to be really watchful, because the future is in your hands. And don't joke, don't fuss with your future. If you destroy it, you'll destroy it forever. Among those who are very close to Kabila, there is a chief of staff of Kabila, Nehemiah Mwilanya. They gave him the task to be the responsible for resolving legal issues. Adolphe Lamanu is one of the advisors of Kabila, will oversee strategic issues together with the minister Jean-Lucien Boussa. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Obem Minaku, will be responsible for recruiting witnesses. All governors, 26 governors of the Congo, their task is to organize the campaign activities in their respective provinces. And people have been now asking themselves what has been happening. Some among the 720 people whom names appeared to be members of this campaigning team, they start to complain and saying, no, we don't want to be there. First of all, we're not consulted. No one told us about what has been done, what will happen. No one has spoken to us about the issues that we are going to face. But how comes that our names have appeared on the list? Therefore, André Alain Atundu, who is the spokesperson for the presidential majority, he said, accept it or not, because you people are already members of the FCC, you must do the tasks that have been assigned to you. You have to respect what Kabila has said, because Kabila is the moral authority of FCC. You have to do so. And the failure to do so means that there are consequences. And because consequences are there, these people start now to fear and complain to all of us. But so far, they are not ready to quit, and they have no choice to quit that group. And some of the consequences can be just to kill you, to kill your family members, to destroy you, to destroy your, whatever you have, just in order to punish you. Now they find themselves between the hammer and the rock. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to, what to do. They don't know to whom to seek for refuge. So they stuck in this process, which is not a good process. As you can understand, let me tell you briefly, we are going to the elections, if those elections will take place. And there we have got candidates. 70 candidates of those who have been, the 70% of the candidates who are going to fight for the electoral seats, either at the presidential level or legislative level, 70% of them are members of the FCC. FCC it's a very big, it's a large group. It's a big platform which involves several political parties. But we have to remember that these people are now serving Kabila. They are not there to serve the nation. They are not there to fight for the well-being of the people of the Congo. They are there to fight for Kabila and for their well-being themselves. We have got 21 candidates for the presidentials. 70% of that will be 14 or 15. Between 14 and 15 of those people are for Kabila. So electors, voters, we have to open our eyes and ears, heart and mind. Therefore, let me move quickly and talk a little bit about the reflection. Let me do this analysis. Let me analyze this. Now we found one of those people of FCC. And this gentleman, his name is Justin Bitakwira. Justin Bitakwira has been complaining and saying that, presidential majority group, the presidential majority group has kidnapped the FCC. Why does he say that? He said that because 80% in this campaigning team that FCC have just created, 80% of the positions are occupied by the people of the majority, by the people of the presidential majority. And Bitakwira himself, they put him somewhere down there, maybe around the 600th position or 500th position. And Bitakwira has been complaining to say why people who are stronger in the FCC, they are leaders of political parties, why are they sent to be in 100th or 200th position, and those who are just like a simple member of the presidential majority have been occupying the first, second, third, fourth, or sixth position. It's become a story of conflict of interest. Bitakwira looking at himself, actually, he can meet with Kabila every time, Kabila breastfeed him every time, and now he can see that he has been losing that position. He may be far away from the cake. It may not be easy for him to reach the cake every time whenever he wanted to to help himself. Therefore, he complained, and during his complaint, he said clearly, look, the presidential majority group was created so that it could only act or work for 6 or 7 years at the most. How come that those people who were just, their purpose, their objective was to serve for 7 years, they can now occupy this big project of ours, of FCC, which has a target. And what is the target of FCC? The target of the FCC is to see Congo has been governed by FCC for 50 years minimum, or 80 years, between 50 and 80 years. That is what Kabila has put down. FCC must continue to control the country for the next 80 years. Although Congolese people have been thinking we are going to the election and whoever will win is a presidential can be there for 5 years, and after 5 years that person can be kicked aside, we can vote for a new one. That is a vision of the Congolese people. But for Kabila and members of FCC, that is not true. They are mocking Congolese, saying that you Congolese are dreaming. Our purpose for FCC, our platform is to stay there forever, minimum 50 years. And they are doing all that they can do. They are working so hard in order for their dream to become reality. That's why Bitakwira, what Bitakwira said about the 50 years, it's not a lie, because also I did some research and I found it, yes. This is a shocking story. When the nation is thinking about an election of 5 years, 5-year term election, or 6-year term election, and those people are thinking about a 50-year election term. And for Kabila, it's like, okay, because I've been looting the country, I've destroyed the country, tyranny was there, I've been doing all the evil things, I know that if FCC continues to occupy the country, to govern the country, I've got a protection of 80 years. By the time that I'll be, I don't know, 60 or 40 or 45 or 50, I will die. I will be under protection. My children will be under protection. And after 80 years, whatever will happen, we'll see. But in the meantime, those who are putting pressure on me now, after 50 or 80 years, they won't be there. Including you and me. Maybe after 80 years, we won't be alive anymore. And for Kabila, it's like, yeah, this generation will pass, everything will pass, and I can also continue to live. I will protect my wealth, although I stole it. I will protect that wealth, I will protect my family, and those people of FCC, because I'm the top, I'm the head of that FCC group, no one can touch me or touch my interest. We will be well protected. Therefore, we understand also why there are many people behind this curtain of FCC. Foreigners are in FCC. And apart from those foreigners that we know, our neighbor our neighbors, neighbor countries of the Congo, we found also European who are there to be like their advisors. We have got Americans, we have got different nationalities in this pocket of FCC, and they continue to advise, they continue to support FCC, and understand the reason today. The reason is because they know after 50 years, after 80 years, we will continue to suck money, to suck wealth from the Congo, and no one will bother us because we are also part of the game. We are also part of the FCC team. This is what has been happening. So Bitakwira, therefore, is like, they should do something about this because we are suffering, and to give 80% just to the presidential majority, that is not fair. And I may say, Bitakwira, also, what you have been doing so far for the people of Uvira, for the people of your country, for the people of your province, as a member of their representative MP, it's a shame. It's really a big shame. And it's clear and clean that according to Bitakwira, he has been there, he's ready to serve Shadari Ramazani, but he forgets that he should serve, first of all, his people who voted for him to be a member of parliament. He forgets to serve his brothers and sisters in the eastern part of the Congo, but instead he spent all his time drinking wine and spending time with the government, which is the illegal government of the Congo, leaders in Kinshasa. And now Bitakwira is complaining because they did not give him the 90th position, 80th position or 70th, but they gave to him over 200, somewhere down there, because he wants to be so close to the cake and he continue to feed himself. And this is not only about Bitakwira, it's about our nation. All our politicians in the Congo, all those who work for the opposition, for the presidential majority, for the independent and so on. Why can't you at 1 minute just stop and think about the Congolese people? Think about our nation. Rather than sacrificing our nation, sacrificing our people, because you want just to be seen, you want to be accepted, you want to live in that comfort zone of yourselves while your people have been dying, suffering, and they have nowhere to go. So this is the situation of the Congo, my dear brothers and sisters. Many have been saying, yes, we should go to the election, but what election are we going to face? Some people have said, yeah, let us go with or without a voting machine. And in their mind, in their brain, they believe that the voting is only for 5-year term. After the 5-year term, changes will be seen and things will be good. But your way of thinking is not their way of thinking. They are taking us in a different direction. And this direction is to go where? To something else. This direction is to go where? To 50-year term, 80-year term. That's where they are taking us, not a 5-year term election. Are you ready to sacrifice your nation because you were promised to become a minister tomorrow? You were promised to become a director somewhere in one of the institutions, and you accept for the whole nation of the Congo to suffer for 50 more years so that you can be there somewhere eating head pig or the head of the pig or pig's head and enjoy it yourself. Some people will say, okay, let us boycott this election. We can go to the electoral bureau or office or voting office, present yourself there, but don't vote. Others have been saying it would be good to remind them that we don't have electricity. We need electricity first of all, because those machines need electricity. Our houses also need electricity. Therefore, we'll say no to the election. And to remind you, some people have said also, most of us, most of Congolese people are not trained. They don't even know how to use the voting machine. Therefore, we shouldn't have the elections. And of course, some people who learned how to use this machine, they said, yeah, it works, it functions. But remember, as we are going to the election, we may come across a fact where we are not going to use the same machine as you know. What they brought us to use for trying, for the trial, for learning purposes is different to what is coming for the election itself. We have got the information that the machines that will be used on the days of the election is completely different to what you have seen before. It's not the same software. Similar, but it's not the same. And the new machines are upgraded. The old one are not. Be aware of that and open your mind, open your heart, Congolese people. So I will stop there for today. I've said quite a lot by telling you that Kabila has been fighting, and he has been fighting so hard because he doesn't want to leave the power. He doesn't want to leave the power at all. And on top of that, I will tell you that those who are in power working around Kabila, they have been doing their own things as they want. And we people of the Congo, we shouldn't follow them or follow Kabila. There is a communique which comes it has just fallen in front of me now, which is telling us that people of MLC, which is a political party from Jean-Pierre Bemba, John Peter Bemba Gombo, has been informing people that on Tuesday, the 6th of November, at 9 a.m., they are going to present their political plan. And that will be, it will be done in Kinshasa. And they want all Congolese to participate, to listen, and to follow it. That was signed by Bazaiba Masudi, Eva Bazaiba Masudi, who is Eva Bazaiba, who is the secretary, general secretary for this party. Donc, today is the 6th of November, Tuesday the 6th of November at 9. So, people of MLC are going to present their plan for the coming election. So that's it. So, as I was talking, my dear brothers and sisters, I wanted to say that we shouldn't run behind these people of the Congo. We shouldn't really follow them because they are taking us so far. They are misleading us somehow. They want to see the nation of the Congo perishing. And no one will come to rescue us. We have to stand up. We have to be sober. We have to open our brains and minds in order to survive. Otherwise, we'll die while we are looking. That's why Lumumba and others, Kimbangu, Vita, Paka Vita and others, they have been telling us, don't die while your head is down. We should raise up our face and look forward. We don't have to have a vision of 5 years while they're having a vision of, they have got a vision of 50 years. Our vision should be longer. We should look far compared to them. We should see what they don't see and not the contrary. May God bless the Congo. May God bless our nation. May God bless you. Your love, my love for the country, the unity, love among each other, love among us, we Congolese. Our unity, our same language, our same way of eating, talking, thinking, doing things as a team will make us to win. It doesn't matter what Kabila is doing. Kabila is a loser. He will never win. He is a loser. May God bless you. I wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night, depending where you are. And I hope that I'll talk to you in the coming few hours. Good night for now and see you next time. Ciao.